Guess who our first follower was?
Who? What?
Ooh. Can I have $75? Look at this big plant.
Welcome back to FU. I'm Thomas.
And this is Zach.
We're two flamingly unfiltered queers who've known each other for over 10 years.
We tend to laugh through the trauma and the drama.
So join us while we discuss all things queer, recent pop culture events, and whatever else we want.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back. Jinx.
You owe me a...
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
Jinx, you owe me a... Vice President.
Well, funny you say that.
Coming in strong.
Funny you say that.
Funny we say that.
Because he was chosen as Kamala Harris's VP in the upcoming election.
Yay.
Whoa.
He's so nice.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yes, I have information.
You have information?
I have insider knowledge. Me and Kamala are friends.
Like from inside the White House?
Yeah.
Oh, what's your insider knowledge?
My insider knowledge that I just actually found out. If Papa Waltz we've decided it's Walz, not Waltz, like the dance,
Well,
or am I wrong?
I've
heard both.
At the campaign just now, Kamala said Walz.
Walls.
Yeah.
From the windows to the walls.
Yeah.
Okay. I just found out that when he gets the vice presidency, Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan will be elevated to governor, which would make her the state's first female governor and the first Native American woman to lead a U.S. state. So, twofer. And then, it gets better. Her replacement will be Bobby Joe Champion. He would rise to lieutenant governor, making him the state's first black lieutenant governor.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
it's like
crazy.
a positive snowball effect. And then it's also, where did my note go?
That's insane.
Flanagan is a member of the White Earth Band of Ojibwe, and she's currently the country's highest ranking Native woman elected to an executive office.
Wow.
Right. So brag all around for Minnesota.
That's insane.
Right.
If all that happens, like
Yeah.
what? The whole like memification of the politics right now is like,
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I think it's gonna go down in history as the most like internet being the most, because it was Obama that had the first like internet presidency.
Yeah, I think one of the to have social media.
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive.
And so then like now it's like
Mandatory.
But it's like, okay, so as you know, with Biden, like he was older, so, and Kamala is older too, but
I think she's hip. I think she's cool.
they whipped out, they're riding the meme trains, they're
Yep.
Team Coconut Tree.
Yep.
Like they're Kamala HQ on TikTok is pumping out the TikToks.
Yep.
People like J.D. Vance know nothing about small-town America. It's not about hate. It's not about collapsing in. The golden rule there is mind your own damn business. Their policies are what destroyed rural America. They've divided us.
And
So I feel like this is the first one where they like embraced it 100%.
Yeah.
To aim at the younger crowd.
Yeah, to further their campaign, which I think is smart.
So I think that's what I'm saying is like, this is different. This feels different.
I feel like it's also good because people scrolling through TikTok, like me, I'm scrolling through TikTok and 50% is I love Kamala and 50% is I love Trump. And so it's like if I'm scanning if I'm scanning through stuff and I'm like, okay, a fact about Kamala, fact about Kamala, fact about Kamala, got it in my head. And then the next 3 facts are about Trump. And it's like I'm seeing both sides of the story. I mean, obviously all the Trump stuff is he's
I
like
don't see them riding the wave of memes though. Well, and all the memes are like couch fucker.
I can't wait to debate the guy. That is, if he's willing to get off the couch and show up. So, you see what I did there?
Right.
So it's like,
Right.
how do you,
Orange potato.
positively ride that meme? Whereas like the worst they have on Kamala is
Her hyena laugh.
her hyena
I'm
laugh.
like, that's what you have is her
That's
laugh.
not even.
They're
It's not even a hyena laugh. It's just a regular, like whatever.
Right, it's like just a jaunty chuckle. Well, they're like, yeah, and it's giving very much like middle school bully. They're like, oh, you laugh, stupid. It's
Yeah.
like, good one, Trump. That's what you have. And the slivers, the minuscule slivers of hope that keep trickling in, it's nerve-wracking. I don't know what this hope feels like. It's making me uncomfortable. There's a slight happiness happening here, and it's hard to digest and like retain.
Well, I mean, we still have to like hold our breath. And
I know,
all that stuff,
but
so
it's like,
that's why it feels weird is we're experiencing it while still holding our breath. You know.
that's very true. But Hassan is excited about Tim, and boyfriend of the pod, Hassan. If he likes him, that makes me feel a smidge more hope. Hassan, don't fuck me over.
Right.
And then I've had it. Those ladies are excited about Tim.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, they're nice too.
a little minuscule sigh of relief, or whatever.
Well, politics aside,
Yeah,
we
sorry.
got a comment and we got
Ooh.
a subscriber.
Who is the subscriber?
So now we're at 25. I don't know. I
Oh.
lost the way to look it up.
Got it.
And we have one comment
I love comment corner.
from Sarah, reading to deaf children. I don't remember this quote. Do you?
No, but it sounds like something I would say.
From the last episode, reading to deaf children. I don't remember that.
That sounds like something I'd say. I bet that was me. Well, probably.
It's just funny because the title of the podcast is "Where in the World Were We?" Reading to deaf children. That's what we were doing on vacation.
How did we get to that sentence?
I don't know. Sarah, write in. What were we talking
We'll
about?
have to look. We'll have to watch our own podcast.
What the F, actually?
We'll have to watch, and because I don't remember.
Yeah. I have no idea.
It was probably me. I'm so funny.
Oh,
Oh,
I also have exciting news.
yay.
Have you seen that trend on TikTok where it's like, shout out to my first follower? And it's a trend of people scrolling all the way to their first follower and tagging them. Guess who our first follower was? Or my first follower.
Who?
It's always a husband.
What?
Because remember I made a TikTok, and I think I made one TikTok. And then I made the one for it's always the husband.
But that's fun.
And they followed me back.
That's exciting news.
Yeah.
Do they follow me?
So shout out.
I'm their biggest fan, and if they don't follow me,
Well, have you been commenting on their TikToks?
they don't make TikToks.
Well, there you go.
Oh, thank God they follow me. Ooh.
You probably commented and they followed you back. Or I don't know.
I would have been
Who's your first follower?
Oh, wait. They don't. I was on the followers spot. It says followers, and I'm a follower. But I clicked
Very
on
good.
following, and I'm not on here.
Sad.
I'm
In the
done.
arms of the angels.
Anyway,
Have you been hearing the stuff about Imane Khelif? I think is how you say her name. The Algerian boxer.
oh yeah, I didn't catch their name. So ridiculous.
The chain of events that took place. And you know what's crazy? Because I watched it all live with my very own eyes, okay? On Twitter, which I have her blocked, so I don't know how this happened. I think somebody reposted it, and then I saw it was a JK tweet. Or somebody took a picture of a JK Rowling tweet and retweeted that. It read, "A young female boxer has just had everything she's worked and trained for snatched away because you allowed a male to get in the ring with her. You're a disgrace. Your safeguarding is a joke. And hashtag Paris24 will be forever tarnished by the brutal injustice done to Karini." And then Logan Paul also tweeted, and he's like, "This is the purest form of evil unfolding right before your eyes. A man was allowed to beat up a woman on global stage, crushing her life's dream while fighting for her deceased father. This delusion must end." Well, it turns out she's a woman.
Yep.
A cis woman.
Yep.
And it's so hilarious because they all basically, like, you know how the thing is like, if you've got a penis, you're a man.
You're only a dude, Pete.
And so, with their own logic, they're like, if you look like a man, you're a man.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, okay, what
like,
is it? A
so
penis? Do you have to have a penis in your man? Or no, you have to look like a man
Right.
in your man? I don't know how to say her last name. I should have looked it up. Let me put respect on it real quick.
Imane
Imane Khelif.
In Arabic, Khelif. Imane Khelif. Or in English, the pronunciation is as Imane Khelif.
So conservatives are mad because a woman who was born as a woman and identifies as a woman is competing in women's sports. Got it.
I want salsa.
It's so true because they're like, bah!
That's what I'm
It's like,
saying.
go yell at the wall. Shut the fuck up.
Hello, I think being trans is a mental illness, and I'm very upset that Imane Khelif was able to participate in women's boxing. So actually, she's not a man. She was born a woman. She was just born with X and Y chromosomes. Yeah, and only men have X and Y chromosomes. That's also false. There are a lot of cases where men can sometimes be born with X and X chromosomes, and women can be born with X and Y chromosomes, but that has nothing to do with the genitalia that they are born with and what gender they are assigned at birth. Okay, but they said that he had high levels of testosterone and only men have testosterone. That's also false. Men and women are both born with both estrogen and testosterone. Some people just produce more than others. Well, I don't care. He's still a man. Well, she was born with female genitalia and female reproductive organs. Well, I don't care about genitalia. It doesn't matter what genitalia you have. If you look like a man, then you are a man. If I think you're a certain gender and you look like that gender, then you are.
We got him.
We got.
Wait a minute. We got him.
God.
Yeah. This is what I was driving.
That's
This
so funny to me.
Yeah, and that's the and they would just try to spin and spin and spin and spin until they got their logic how they wanted it, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm using your logic.
Mad that a woman who is identified as a
Yeah.
woman, who is born as a woman,
Is
who has women genitalia, is mad at a woman is
boxing in the women's competition for women.
Oh fuck, dude! It's just so funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
It's not funny because it's ridiculous, and then
It's
all the
not funny
pages
'cause
that she
it's-
got overnight because of all the misinformation.
I know.
And for J.K. Rowling, like, go fuck off, dude.
Right.
Like, Logan Paul makes sense because he's a
Right.
fucking idiot.
Right, exactly. Brain damage.
I thought J.K. Rowling was learned.
Well, and that's what
She's
it's
like a book writer.
That's
Doesn't
what
she
I-
read?
Right. Yeah, aren't you like fully educated and smart and you wrote
What an idiot, dude.
Yeah.
Even okay, this is how it went down for me. On the internet, I saw that blowing up, right? I saw the J.K. Rowling tweets. But in my brain I went, that seems ridiculous. Like the outrage, I mean. Like, this seems just like crazy. Like, so
Yeah.
then I Googled it myself to like get more information. Like, I wasn't like, oh, it's outrageous that Imane is playing in women's sports. I wasn't thinking that or anything.
the situation.
I just thought everybody freaking out about it. I'm like, okay, seriously, like, what's going on?
Well, and
So then I look it up and it's all wrong. It's like, that's what you do. You receive information and then you verify it yourself.
Well,
you know what I mean?
and then it's like, I don't think she looks like a dude. I guess I don't. I don't think I would look at her and be like, I wouldn't even think probably transgender. I wouldn't even think either way.
I don't know.
But then it's like, look at fucking Sarah Huckabee. Like, that woman is built like a linebacker. And she looks like a dude. Like, her face looks like a dude. She just has long pretty silky hair, and that's it. I'm like, I could put on a silky hair wig, and it's like, she looks like a fucking dude. Wig. Come on, wig. So it's like, look at her. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene looks like a fucking caveman. She just has a bleach blonde hair. So it's like, well,
I don't know if anybody likes her though either.
These transgender people can't be in politics. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a woman. No, she's not.
Well, and another thing is like that's what the Olympics is like people with genetic disorders competing,
or not even like genetic disorders, genetic anomalies.
Yeah, that's genetic anomalies. Like Michael Phelps has like a longer wingspan.
Yes, I think
so he's able to swim faster.
Or did that
and webbed feet or something?
That track runner we saw. I'm like, all the track runners are running straight, and this guy's like legs were like, he was like cranking them like it was like a cartoon, like Wile E. Coyote. Like his legs like unhinged a little bit, and he was running, and he was second place. Yes. So it's like I was watching his hips and or his legs, like how they were running, and I'm like, that can't be normal.
Well,
like,
and that's like the thing about like, okay, and then I looked up information because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast, and then I kind of wanted to talk about like, what if, like that's the thing is like, if a trans woman competes in a sport, which I think is happening already,
probably, yeah.
Trans man, trans woman, so on and so forth, etc. I would have to look that up to be sure, but like I just think that once the bridge gets crossed, we need to observe like what's going on, because I don't think that it's like possible to be like, not all trans women can participate in women's sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like, are you saying that they shouldn't, or
no? Like, they act like it's this big fucking deal.
Oh yeah,
it's like, like when is this happening? And they made a big deal like, oh, she was like, that was the hardest I've ever been hit. It's like they're competing in the Olympics. Like these are the best of the best of the best people. I don't think there's a right answer either way.
Mm-hmm.
Like there isn't a perfect. Like, because we're talking about hypotheticals.
Yeah.
I want to see a live example where, like, this has become an issue.
Okay. Like,
and, you know what I mean? Like, with Imane coming in, like, people are like, oh, that's a man or whatever. But it's like, that's not even the case.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to, I don't know, see.
Yeah.
Like, where is this going to be a big deal? I don't know if it will be.
Yeah. Oh, like it's just a mute point.
Yeah, it's an irrelevant. Like,
point.
why are we talking about this? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, I don't know if it's going to be an issue.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because that's what they do in high school is like, there's been like the transgendered kids. So it's a female to male transitioning and then wrestling for the boys team. And then the boys are like, the parents, it's the parents. Like all these kids have grown up together and they are like, oh yeah, like Susie is transitioning to be a boy. That's a lot of kids. That's kind of like a typical, like, I mean, not all situations, but like that's where the story ends.
Yeah.
And the parents are like, gross, dirty, tranny,
for sure, it is
wrestling,
definitely the parents
like
saying something.
And it's the ignorant parents that are like, no, this girl cannot rest on the boys team.
Right.
And it's like, well, she's a boy now, so stop right there. And then if she's willing to bulk up to her class size or whatever, the weight size, and then wrestle with the other boys, then why not? Who cares? What do you care?
Yeah.
Like, is it going to impact your paycheck? That's what I was like bringing up to him. Like, is it giving you cancer? Is it
right?
Is it
exactly
repoing your car?
That's the thing too. It's like it's sports that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, if that situation arises, let's fucking discuss it then. There probably won't be a yes or no answer. And it probably won't even be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And it's sports.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm building up to is like fucking try it out. You know what I mean?
Right. Let's see what happens.
And then if it's so scary.
If it becomes a huge problem, then
I just don't think it could be that serious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like, what are we like? oh, they're gonna kill it. Like, nobody's gonna die. Jesus.
Well, I think that's probably the biggest concern is that, you know, if it is a female to male situation and they still have female genitalia,
then, like,
then
weight
she's going to be raped
classes-
and murdered, you know, like, and beat up. You
Right.
know, like, that's, I think, what the problem is.
But that's not even happening.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's, I think, what the concern is that they're going to be, like, hate crimed and shit like that, which is a good point. But I think if it's
The trans person's gonna get hate crime,
yeah,
and that's why they can't compete in sports.
that's what I'm assuming is, like, the thought is.
The thought is that they like men are more athletic than women.
Well, there's that stupid thought, too.
That's the
Yeah.
so fucking stupid.
And I love watching those because, like, there's like that reporter, he looks like he's 15 and he goes to all the Trump rallies and he uses that type of logic on them and you can see their brains just going, like, you can see it falling out of their head.
Yeah.
It's so funny. There was one of them where he was like, what are your views on gay marriage? And the guy's like, gross, disgusting, fags, like all that. Like, and he's like, no, they can't get married, gross. And he's like, why? And he's like, because the whole point of getting married and, you know, is breeding. And he's like, okay, well, what about a man and a woman who don't want to have kids? And he's like, that's the same thing. Like, they're childless gays or they're childless straight couple. And he's like, well, that's different. And he's like, why? Break it down for me. Why is it different that they're bad because they're two men or two women and then these two are perfectly fine?
Yeah.
And he's like, and it's so funny because you can just see their brains.
Their brain just
yeah, the synapses have overfired because they're only used to one synapse a month.
But it's a man.
And it's like, God, just so embarrassing.
It is so ridiculous. Okay, and then also when the news came out that she isn't a trans woman.
Yeah.
But a cis woman.
Did you see that picture of her family? And she's like this big. She's just a little itty bitty thing. And she's got like cute little pigtails and a little dress on.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I interrupted you.
Logan Paul's like, the sentiment still stands. Men shouldn't be allowed to fight in the Olympic one. Like, and it's like,
yeah,
bro, this isn't happening.
Well, I guess like if you're going by that logic, like, yes, a man should not be fighting a woman in the women's competition, but these are two women, so it's your whole argument is irrelevant.
Well, and it's like that, like, yeah, it's just not happening. They make up these scenarios that aren't happening, and it's like,
yeah,
oh my god,
and it's what Tim said. They're fucking weird.
For sure.
Like, they're so weird. Weird is an excellent term for them because it's just like, you're saying things in sentences that are not adding up, and like you're speaking in riddles about your own logic and you don't understand your own thought.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're fucking weird.
Oh man.
Embarrassing. Or also the Olympics, the whole that's one of my topics, the Last Supper opening.
Oh my god,
with
that
the drag
too,
queens.
and they all freaked out. Not the opening supper.
Right,
It's
I'm
like,
never
or the
watching
Last Supper.
Boycott the Olympics. This is a disgrace. And it's like, and then I saw people posting, they're like, Family Guy's done it, The Simpsons have done it, Friends have done it.
Well, it's not even the Last Supper.
Houses have done it. Yeah, well, it was supposed to be mimicking The Last Supper from Leonardo da Vinci. And then they bring up the fact, they're like, Leonardo da Vinci was a gay painter. What do you think about that? And they're like, like I said, their brains just implode on themselves when they're like, yeah, he was a gay painter who painted religious things for the churches and shit. And they're like,
focusing on the wrong things, yo.
yeah, like there are children being murdered right now. Let's focus on that maybe. Or
and like, who
famine.
cares if there's drag queens?
Continuing on with Olympics talk. This is our new Olympics podcast. Clark Kent of the Olympics. His name is Stephen Strick Nedorosik. I don't know how to say his last name. Sorry. He's like the hot pole vaulter or pommel horse. Everyone's like,
oh yeah,
oh, he's like the cute little nerd, like sitting in back there, just being all quiet. And then he takes off his glasses, and everyone's like, oh shit. And everyone was in love with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that's a funny story as well.
Yeah.
Or the penis pole vaulter.
Oh my god, the penis pole vaulter
Poor
is so
guy.
funny.
I feel so bad.
I cannot believe.
I would die. Did you see? I think I sent you that TikTok. Of
What?
I mean, you know, I feel like it's gonna
so
go.
funny.
I feel like it's gonna go two ways with that guy. Either he's gonna have bragging rights for the rest of his life and be like, I got to the Olympics, which is a brag, and my penis knocked off the pole because it's so huge. Like, I would just like be like, it is ginormous,
huge,
and that's why it happened. Or people are gonna be like, haha, you lost at the Olympics because your dick knocked off the pole. But he did get offered that $250,000 to do the porno, so
that is insane to me.
he's got opportunities. Good for him.
Just the things that are happening in the world right now.
No, I see that all the time. Like, I love those videos where people are just laying in their bed and it's clearly just like their phone light, and they're just like, there's so many, and they're just like zoned out, and they're like, there's so many things going on. I can't keep up with anything. Like, I'm so overstimulated because I'm thinking about all the awful things in the world, but then I see funny things like that. And
it is kind of, I know the Olympics have gone on forever, you know, but it is just so funny and weird.
yeah, I think the Olympics is a wild thing.
It's kind of silly Billy. You
It
know what I
is.
mean?
It is kind of ridiculous that, I don't know.
Who's the fastest runner in the world?
All right, look how fast I can run.
Like, fucking fast.
Fucking fast.
Wow. And I mean, not to like shit on somebody's career, because
Yeah,
you know, they make a lot of money.
it is kind of a wild thought to just think like, I'm in the Olympics for water polo, or I'm in the Olympics for like, have you seen the one going back to hobby horsing? Have you seen the horse trotting ones? Videos?
Horse trotting?
It's horse trotting, and they're trotting to music, and it's an Olympic sport.
Stop.
So there's one of them, they like, I should look it up. It's the horse dancing to trap music.
What?
Yeah, and that's an Olympic sport.
That is silly.
Yeah, silly. That's what I'm saying. And then we were talking about it at work the other day too. We're like, why is golf? I don't think golf's a sport. Sorry if you like golf. I think golf is not an Olympic sport. Like, that's not hard.
Dude,
Like,
everything's an Olympic sport.
everything's with the skateboarding. But that's like, I feel like skateboarding's hard. I think if it's difficult, or like, I think big sports, this is my opinion.
It's just like feats of physical,
Yeah.
you know, attributes, and like it is kind of weird, like how, because like once you get a gold medal, which like that's again awesome, but like what happens next?
Right. Well, all the things. Well, Caitlyn Jenner blew up when she was Bruce. Blew up with all the endorsements, and then like started to get
Endorsements
like
for like what though? Just like
Wheaties and everything, like Nike, and I don't know if that was an exact one, but I'm
but
just saying,
to
like
do what
Adidas,
like
just magazine ads, advertisements, modeling. All of them could be models.
modeling.
Like, who's that? The fastest guy, the track runner. He's beautiful. Like, he could be a model.
They're all beautiful.
They're all beautiful. And I'm distracted by their
So
beauty.
pretty. But yeah, like okay, so yeah, I get being like endorsed and like, but do they go on teams afterwards?
I feel like, yeah,
Or they just like,
you could just keep going onto the sports.
it is just kind of giving like the Hunger Games, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit.
Run.
Well, they're
Swim.
like, yeah,
Yep.
and then like they get paraded around.
Yeah.
Like when they win, it's never over if you win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's just like the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Like you just become a celebrity, and now it's like, that's it. I'm a celebrity for being the fastest person in the world.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, so don't come at me. Who?
Yeah, it's all
Who's
just like
coming at me? Nobody.
It's all the endorsements, you know, like, and
It's just
interviews and stuff like that.
the whole thing is just very interesting.
Mm-hmm. It is very interesting. When did they start? They're like 1,000
And I'm
years
not
old, right?
saying that it shouldn't happen, or you know, it shouldn't exist. Just like if an alien were to stop by and observe that, you know, we have these people that train their whole lives, again, not to shit on their career, because if you have the physicality and you are just like a beast. Like, obviously, sports in general are a little weird because it's like they're not necessities, but entertainment is necessary. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it just goes back to like what's better, movies or sports.
Yeah, it's like entertainment for that side of the we like musicals and movies and plays, and people over there like sports and running.
We're not over there. I do love watching the floor.
Yeah.
The floor. What is it called?
What's her name?
Simone Biles.
Simone. Everyone loves Simone.
Yeah.
She's like America's treasure. Maybe that's it. Going back to your aliens comment, it's for breeding purposes. Aliens are like, I need the fastest woman.
The fastest woman and the fastest male.
Or there's like different planets that are like, we need the best water people. So they take all the swimmers and water polo people. And
so what are we on Earth for then?
Nothing.
I need the fastest mouse clicker.
I need the fastest plant grower.
There you go. Hey, see?
Yep.
I need the best fart maker.
We'll find our alien one day.
Kiss me. Kiss me. Infect me with your poison.
Infect me with your alien probe. So, given it a goog, the Olympics started around 776 BC. That's before.
No.
Yeah. The before times.
That makes sense. Because sports have been around forever.
Mm-hmm. What were the original sports? Running.
Try to beat me. Just a bunch of people running.
Right. What were the original?
I know back then I love watching old sports too. Okay, and the two parallel lines? It's like uneven bars or something. For the Olympics. That shit used to be dangerous. Have you seen old?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what they're called.
I think they're called the uneven bars.
Oh.
Or the unparalleled or something like that. But have you seen like old, like 1980s?
Yeah, there was that
they're
one.
like cutting their bodies in half, doing these.
There was this one trick that it was the bars, and they were doing it, and they were going so fast, and it was made illegal because like somebody broke their hips or something like that.
Moves become illegal once you like fuck shit up.
Right. The original ancient Olympic Games consisted of running, jumping, throwing, wrestling, boxing, pankration. What? That's a combination of boxing and wrestling with a few restrictions. Equestrian events and pentathlon.
When was this? BC?
Mm-hmm. The Ridge. There were no women's events, no women, no teams.
Well, that makes sense.
No medals. They didn't get medals. What was the point?
To see who the fastest one was, and then you're just the fastest.
Winners were awarded olive wreath. What the fuck is wrong?
Olive wreath.
Olive wreath.
I think I knew that one.
Made from leaves of a sacred olive tree at Olympia.
I think this was on Jumpstart 3rd grade.
Okay.
Because there's like a history section. Do you know the Jumpstart's computer games?
No.
They're really fun. I should show you the Jumpstart 3rd grade. That's how I learned about Georgia O'Keeffe.
Oh.
Because it's just like hooked on phonics.
Okay.
Like they're computer games to like make you learn and stuff.
Okay.
But they were like actually good.
That's fun.
Yeah.
No, I've never heard
Like
these.
I love them. I'd play them and... So the 3rd grade was the best in my opinion because you're a robot. I can't believe you've never heard of this.
No.
Jumpstart 1st grade was the first one that I've ever played. Not 1st or 3rd grade playing these.
You're smart.
I'm like 5th grade playing Jumpstart 1st grade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're still playing.
And like 7th grade playing Jumpstart 3rd grade.
Okay.
Like, just love these games.
That's so funny.
Because they're just like good games. But they're like to make you learn.
That was like...
And then Jumpstart 4th grade was good too.
I learned the most, and probably older than I should be. I learned the most from Michaela's Leap Pad. like where bones are, where muscles are, where all the states are. I learned the states from Michaela's leap pad in like high school.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about the Olympics. The
That's how
Olympics.
I learned about the Olympics. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
But yes. Anyways,
Bringing it back.
bring it back.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Like they had to like go back, or yeah. Anyways, I don't remember exactly what, but the olive wreath.
Oh,
I remember
yes.
that. That's what triggered
That's how
it.
we got here.
Yeah.
This is like the Bette Midler conversation all over again.
Yeah, for real.
Did you hear about Harley-Davidson? The motorcycle company?
No.
They're apparently going woke.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. This is another weird Republican thing. So Harley-Davidson has made an announcement. They want to diversify their company. There is a subset of bikes like that. I don't even know what the bike does, but it's like Harley-Davidson is a huge motorcycle company, and obviously they have like their smaller companies, like they have their merchandise company, like their jackets, their pants, stuff like that. But then there's one of their bikes that they have. It's a smaller version of a motorcycle, and they are partnering with different companies where like one of the owners of the engines is black, and then they're like hiring more transgender people, they're hiring more gay people, their oil is through a Chinese person, like things like that, and that's making them woke.
Like, how did you find out about this?
TikTok.
But,
And
did they come up with a statement or what?
well, yeah, so they were like, it was in their, what's it called, like companies, they'll do like quarterly updates and things like that, like here's our numbers, here's our stats. I guess it was one of those types of meetings where they're like, yeah, we're trying to diversify the company, and they're like, here's Bob, and he is a black engine owner, his company only builds engines, and he's going to start building or putting our Harley-Davidson's engines together, and he's the president of this company, and he's black. And people are like, oh, what? And then yeah, like I said, they're trying to like diversify their team members and shit like that. And all these Harley guys, like, they're like, I'm throwing my Harley jacket in the dumpster, and they're like, this sucks, I'm selling it, I'm putting it on the market tomorrow. And it's like, well, you already spent your money on the Harley, why not just keep it?
Dang, dropped 40%.
Oh no, really? That's crazy. And it's like, this is the shit that I think get pissed off about Republicans and like the right wingers. They're like, like it's again just our brain turning to pudding because a gay person is in the room. And it's like,
okay, so you pitched this as like it was bad that Harley Davidson did this?
no, I think it's
Okay.
great. It's great. Harley Davidson is like, because that's what I think of.
That's what I like. I thought you were saying like,
No, it's not
what are
bad.
they doing?
I think it's funny that these idiots are
Yeah.
like, oh, they're going woke.
yeah.
No, it was supposed to be a satire.
Okay, yeah. So I just like looked it up to like read along with you to fully get what's going on. But apparently,
I don't know if any of my examples were correct. I'm just saying like it was random things like that come up.
Yeah.
That came up.
somebody was like, that company's gone woke.
Yeah.
They highlighted all diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that they've participated in and encourage consumers that don't align to not support the company. Their sales went down 40%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stupid. Did you hear about the Wisconsin Catholic priest who was outed for using Grindr is suing the dating app because he lost his job?
Damn. How did he get outed?
Because somebody screenshot it and sent it to the church. But it's like, hello, how can you sue Grindr because you were outed and you're the one who signed up to use Grindr and have sex with men?
Yeah, don't you like put your profile as DL or whatever? Like,
well, yeah, exactly.
you put a black photo.
You put just a torso.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and if I remember correctly too, and now of course I'm dumb and I didn't save the article, I'm pretty sure he was like one of those like anti-gay priests where he's like gay marriage.
All priests have that.
No, not all of them. Some churches are fine, but I think he was a anti-gay priest, and so I think that's probably why they did it.
True.
Because they're like, okay, you're an anti-gay priest, and I'm railing you off of Grindr. Too bad for you. I'm sending it. But okay,
homophobia.
The logic behind it's like the people. This is a real story. I think they sued McDonald's because McDonald's made them fat, and it's like, hello, stop eating McDonald's then, fatty. Like, you can't sue Grindr for you getting fired at your priest job because you're the one who logged in. You created a profile. You started talking to dudes. You hooked up with dudes, and then you got outed, and it's Grindr's fault. Like,
that'd be like blaming the bar that you met this twink at.
Yeah, exactly. I met this little gay twink at the gay 90s, and I got outed and fired.
I'm gonna sue you.
Oh,
hello.
That's right. Shut the fuck up. That one girl. Shut the fuck up. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, she's like this. Like, she's this TikToker, and she does everything. There's one. The last one I saw was like, when you and your cousins come in from that walk from gardening, and the aunt is like, "Oh, it smells like a skunk in here." Shut the fuck up. So funny.
I hate that.
She does a bunch of them. They're like, I can't even think of another example, but she's always like, yeah, like when you're
that are like, oh, why are you so smiley?
Right. Oh, you're eating a lot. Oh, why are your eyes red? Yeah.
Like,
shut the fuck up. Yeah, there's like one of them where it's like when you're 16 trying to sneak the bottles out and it's going clink clink and you're like looking at the bottles going, shut the fuck up. You know, like whatever it was.
Oh, that reminds me of that one story of my life.
The only interesting story.
When I was younger, my friend Mackenzie would take beers from the cooler and then throw them up to me because the cooler's on the outside of the end. Like, there's a porch. You know the old yellow house? You open the door, there's a porch.
Oh, yeah.
But you can like go into the porch without saying anything to anybody. So we took beers from the cooler in the porch and threw them up to the balcony. So I caught them in the balcony, and that's like how you'd drink.
How you'd sneak beers? Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Clever, now that I think about it.
That is clever. That's a good idea.
Like, how would they ever think or know, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly. I feel like I always had sneaking beers or booze. Sneakily.
It's a rite of passage.
Right, exactly. And then it's like,
we're drinking Michelob Light. Like, what were you gonna do?
Right. Or like, why does your room randomly smell like blue raspberry? And it's like, I don't know. Don't look at that cup
blue
over in the corner.
Raspberry and vomit.
Yuck.
Well, that's all. It's been wonderful.
So
I'm sad to see it go.
And now,
farewell.
The end is near.
Thank you so much for watching.
So I face.
You can comment on YouTube and Spotify still. Let Mama talk.
Okay.
Let Mama talk. So Spotify, YouTube, comment. You can comment whatever the fuck you'd like, okay?
Yep.
You can say, hey, love this podcast. You can say, hey, you should talk about this in your next podcast. You can say, hey, I have a garage sale story.
What should be illegal? Things that should be illegal.
This is what I think should be illegal. You can say that. You can say, hey.
Poo poo pee pee.
I was just gonna say, no good, caca.
No good, caca.
Caca, no good. You can say, hey. That's it.
Tell us your Olympic medal story.
Yeah.
When did you win?
When did you win the Olympic medal?
Are you the fastest person in the world?
And you can thumbs up.
Oh, yep.
You can thumbs up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can rate us on Spotify.
Yep. Tell your friends.
You can do all of these for free.
Yes. And if you want to give me $10,000, that's fine too.
And next week, Reddit stories.
Reddit stories.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to A Few.
New episodes out every Monday.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Flamingly Unfiltered for updates.
Now available.
Available.
Now available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Yeah, bye-bye.